Okay, Math 9, here comes a short video about inequalities. Let's get after it. So, what's an inequality? So an inequality is a statement of a range of potential answers. So in this case, on the left, we're looking at the fact that x plus 5 is greater than, okay? That means strictly greater than. So the algebra stays the same, all right? That's the beauty. The algebra does not change except for one piece that we'll talk about in a couple slides. Minus 5, x is greater than 2. So what does that mean? That means you got to consider your answer on a number line. Okay, first, just bear with me for a sec. If that was x equals 2, on a number line, if that was 2, you would have a dot right there at 2 because that's the only place x equals. But we don't have equals. We have x is greater than 2. Now, strictly greater means that x can't equal 2. So it means it gets infinitely close to 2. So we do a hollow point because it doesn't exactly touch there, but it gets very, very close. But then it can be anything greater than 2. So it can be anything covered by that arrow. Any value greater than 2 satisfies that inequality. That is what an inequality means. We have a range of potential answers. So let's look at the next one. I'm going to add 3 and I'm going to add 3. So now t is less than or equal to 18. So in this case, on my number line, if this was 18 here, since I'm less than or equal to now, my point is filled in because I can be 18 as well, but then I'm also everything less. So that is the difference between an inequality and a statement of equality. Equality has one answer. Inequalities have a whole bunch of possible answers. This slide is a duplicate. Sorry about that. So I'm going to leave this one out. We'll move on to the next one. So here we have two-step equations. But again, nothing here is going to change. You will see a change here in just a minute. So I'm going to minus 5. Now I have 3x is greater than negative 9. And then divide by 3. Whoops. Sorry about that. Divide by 3. X is greater than negative 3. So again, what does this look like on a number line? Well, if this is negative 3, I'm not touching negative 3, but I am everything greater than negative 3. Now, if we look at the one on the left, I'm going to subtract 3, and I'm going to subtract 3. 5t is less than or equal to 20. And then I'm going to divide by 5, t is less than or equal to 4. So again, on a number line, here's 4. I can equal 4 this time, so I'm filling in, and then it's everything less than. So that is how your inequalities look and how they work. Now, obviously, there's a little bit of something you got to look out for, and here it comes, okay? So this starts normal. I'm going to add 7. Now you have negative x is less than or equal to 3. So then to get rid of that negative, and here comes the caveat for inequalities, you're going to divide by negative 1 and you're going to divide by negative 1. So let's just see what happens. That gives us x is less than or equal to negative 3. So what that means is if this is negative 3 here, x is less than or equal to. Well, let's pick a value and plug it into our equation and see if that's true. That means x can be, let's say, let x equal negative 5, okay? Well, then I have negative 5. I'm just plugging it into this equation. Minus 7 should be less than or equal to negative 4. Well, that gives me positive 5 minus 7 is less than or equal to negative 4, which gives me negative 2. And hold on, that doesn't make sense because that's not true. And the reason is because when you multiply or divide by a negative number, so here we have divided by a negative number, you have to flip your inequality symbol. Now, the full video has a good reason as to why you do that, and so do the notes, so I'm not going to explain it in depth here, but just know that when you divide by a negative number, you have to flip the inequality. So we actually end up with those values, okay? So here's another one, minus 3, negative 3t is greater than or equal to negative 17, and now, yeah, I am about to divide by a negative number, so I have to flip my inequality. That's the only piece that deviates from the algebra of regular of equality is you need to flip your inequality if you are dividing or multiplying by a negative at any point. Okay, so That ties to section 3.4. There's some word problems in 3.4 as well. We're going to just kind of dabble in those, but you'll see word problems are going to become more and more consistent in the years ahead. Okay, so sorry for the couple glitches on that video, but there you go. There's a short one for inequalities.